not only is Billy Mitchell a referee for other people who are trying to dethrone his Donkey Kong score. That makes sense, right? The guy who has the world record's your referee.
All of this just sounds super
and he's heavily
sketch.
financially involved in Twin Galaxies. He has a financial stake in the company. Huh. That's a little bit of an issue. He even, when some new referees that weren't his buddies questioned his scores, he was quoted as saying he would make things bad for Twin Galaxies if they did that. Huh. Probably not a guy that should be, you know. And the best part is and I hope that this is the result that comes out of this whole dilemma. This guy has the gall to have the title of the father of esports.
Ooh, that leaves a bad taste.
He played
in my
on an
mouth.
arcade machine, guys. He was not doing esports. But for some reason, he has been coined by his fans as the father of esports. And what makes this even better, so I didn't actually showcase this, but one of the places where he made the comment of, like, I've never used MAME, was he went on to what I've got to say is, like, the cringiest podcast I've ever watched is literally a guy who's trying to be David Letterman and failing.
Oh, that is, that
This
must
guy
be
had
so
the
awkward.
audacity to make the claim that if it wasn't for Billy Mitchell, there would be no PlayStation, there would be no Xbox, and there would be no Nintendo. Asswipe.
Excuse him?
Asswipe, do you realize who makes Donkey Kong? I hate to break it to you, buddy, but Nintendo makes Donkey Kong.
Gosh.
It's like that ESPN announcer that occasionally comes on where it's like, oh yes, I'm totally a gamer and I appreciate the history of it from Halo.
Oh, please.
The hell? You know there's more history than that.
There's, like, considerably more history than effing Halo.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
There may not be more history to you, but, well, you know, speaking as a kid who actually lived through it and lived through the arcade scene and remembers a lot of those old school machines.
Which were
yeah,
the best.
They were the freaking best. Like, I still love classic Donkey Kong, even though my wife can't understand it.
I just love going to arcades, period. I haven't been to an arcade in forever. Oh my gosh, I need to go to one.
So fun fact, have you ever played DK64?
I have actually never played Donkey Kong 64.
Okay, so you know my wife. She's the major completionist. She has to do it. She actually went for the insane completion score of Donkey Kong 64, which is just absurd, by the way.
What is it? I don't even know.
It's tons of stuff. Like, you have to collect every single collectible. You have to you have to do every single goal, including some rare collectible coins. So we're talking, it actually has the Guinness World Record for most collectibles in a game by, like, a huge margin.
Oh.
Because not only are you collecting collectibles for one character, you're collecting them for all 5 separate characters.
Oh, ew, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, so already you have that kind of problem. But one of the other things was I said that there are a couple of unique coins. One of them is a Nintendo coin where you actually have to play classic Donkey Kong. So you have to make your way through classic Donkey Kong in DK64 to get that. Which I love my wife dearly. She couldn't do. She couldn't do it. So she was getting frustrated one night, and I'm just like, dude, it's Donkey Kong. This isn't actually hard. She eventually just goes, well, why don't you show me? And I did it in one playthrough. I did it in one damn playthrough. She went into the shower, and I had her coin for her. She's like, what the hell? And then she made me play it again just to show her.
That's so funny.
It's like, dude, I've been playing this game for so many years of my life. It's not that hard, guys. Oh, hi, Bale. Are we fighting you again?
It's Ice Bale, too.
Yes.
Well, with all the information that you've given me, I guess I can formulate a much better opinion or a much better response than what I was saying yesterday. One thing that I did say though, that I will repeat here is, I said that I find it funny that now they're like now all of this information is starting to surface, like I guess coincidentally, I don't know. I just found that to be very
For the record, I will
interesting.
also say go watch The King of Kong. It will actually surprise you the level of BS that Billy was allowed to get away with from Twin Galaxies employees.
Yeah.
For example, so the main focus of King of Kong is not Billy Mitchell. It's actually Steve Wiebe, so a guy who actually challenged his Donkey Kong score and did so legitimately. And you know, where Billy Mitchell's had a lot of positive things handed to him in life, Steve Wiebe is the opposite. He's had tons of negative happen in his life, and this world record was like one of the few awesome things he had a claim to in life. And one of the things that happened was when he made his world record score that challenged Billy's current one, he actually had Twin Galaxies refs come to his house demanding to see his Donkey Kong machine when he was at work. Keep in mind, he was a high school math teacher, so he was gonna be there a while. But they somehow harassed his mother-in-law and got in to see it, and they had a problem with his board.
Oh my god.
In particular, the guy who supplied him has a nasty history with Twin Galaxies employees. Ah, crap, I keep on getting eaten. Yeah, he has a very nasty history with them, including Billy Mitchell. So, like, so much to the fact that they actually make the claim that he threatened Billy Mitchell's life, and there's no proof saying that he did.
Oh,
Like, they don't have physical proof saying he did. But they invalidated his score because his board was associated with this guy.
okay.
So, you know, Steve wants to redeem himself. So he goes out to an arcade that a lot of those world record guys do their scores on, called Fun Spot. He goes out there and does it live. He actually, like, he does a better score than Billy Mitchell, and he hits the Donkey Kong kill screen. The first time on that machine that had ever happened. And that success was short-lived, because Billy Mitchell just so happened to give a videotape to one of his buddies, and they played it that night, and it was a score higher than what Billy had originally had.
Oh, interesting.
So he literally had the record for like 10 minutes, but Steve went out of his way to, like, he didn't have the money to go all the way from Washington State to New Hampshire. He had to ask a friend for money to do that. The crap. And Billy, all he did was he sent a damn videotape. Yeah, Billy is not a good guy, is basically what I'm trying to say here, people. And Billy's like a perfect example of all of the problems that Twin Galaxies has that are clearly shown in King of Kong. So I would still recommend, like, go see King of Kong just to see all the nastiness that happens to poor Steve Wiebe, and it also just kind of gives you a showcase into how that company operates and how it shouldn't operate.
Okay. I think I can do that.
So anyway, just to get things onto a different topic.
Because ultimately, I think the number one thing I can say is this is like all super sketchy.
Yes, it really is, and it makes me really sad because, again, the creator of the company, Walter Day, had the best of intentions. Like, he wanted to acknowledge these kids who he felt like should also be on Wheaties boxes because of their accomplishments, not just because of what a basketball player can do. And now they're kind of spitting on his legacy. And fun fact, what was really sad about that statement that I've made is, like, I did actually try to give respect to Walter Day. Literally, I want to say a couple of hours later, somebody sent me a thing going, oh yeah, by the way, Walter Day's kind of a scumbag too. It's like, I was trying to speak nice of an old man, okay? But anyway, moving on into the next one. This is one that I actually want your opinion on.
Okay.
So did you see the Metal Gear Survive story?
Oh, that was one I really wanted to talk about.
Yes.
But I just did not give myself enough time to talk about it in my video. Yes, I did see that.
So for people who don't know what it is, Metal Gear Survive is out, and you thought the microtransactions of Battlefront 2 were bad. You get one character slot in Metal Gear Survive. After that, you have to pay $10 for another avatar slot. Just think if you had to do that in WoW.
I don't want to think about that.
I'm not even talking like adding a 14th character slot onto your character select screen, okay? Because that's how absurd WoW's gotten at this point. But like you have one character and you want to go, so like I think your starting one was a hunter.
Yeah.
So then you want to go make a priest. You have to pay $10 for a new character slot.
Oh, I don't like that.
Just stupid.
No, it is absolutely stupid. Oh my gosh, there's so much red on this board. As soon as I saw that, I just laughed. I laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed, and I was just like, we did not learn anything from 2017.
Well, it's Konami. They don't learn. I think we all came to the agreement of like, it's Konami. They haven't learned jack since like 2014, since the whole Hideo Kojima fiasco.
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think that is just the stupidest shit I have ever seen.
I know, right? It's the stupidest thing ever. And I especially love that we've now had kind of replies from Konami reps. They're just like, what? I don't get why you're mad. What?
Seriously?
You mad, bro? Yeah, it was like something along the lines of, you mad, bro? It's like, well, Konami, whatever gamer cred you had just went down the toilet.
Oh my gosh. I think I want to now distance myself from Konami. Like,
see, I don't want to, because like I still want to remember the good old days of awesome Konami and the games that they were able to do, like Castlevania.
I feel like that is something that can definitely still be like held on to, but they're just,
yeah.
I just think it's so stupid what they're doing.
Oh, it's stupid on so many levels. It's going to bite them in the butt.
It really is. And what's going to end up happening is that they're not going to listen to their fans, because clearly they've already shown that they're not going to listen to the fans.
They're already not, yeah.
And they're just going to say, something very asshole-ish, and the game is not going to be successful because people are going to be like, I'm not going to play this shit then.
Yeah, and that's really sad to me, because, you know, Konami does actually have some really good video game series, and they could easily hand those over to like a smaller company, like say Platinum.
Yeah.
And let them make a Castlevania game, but they're not willing to, because all they're interested in making is damn pachinko machines.
I would love to play a Castlevania game made by Platinum Games. I really love Platinum games. They're so good.
See, I don't know if I'd hand them. I don't know if I'd hand them Castlevania, but I would definitely hand them like a couple of the other properties that Konami has. But Konami's not interested in doing that. They're interested in wanting to make the money.
Yeah.
But as we actually pointed out on the podcast, I don't think it matters, because Konami pretty much owns Japan.
That's so
like,
sad.
We officially like confirmed, we're like, are we sure that like Japan or that Konami doesn't have, you know, like Yakuza connections and.
Oh, they have to.
Because we actually found we found out since then that they have like deep ties into the Japanese healthcare system, and
I feel like
they've actually made it so that competing developers have issues getting healthcare. Not even kidding.
Wow.
Like getting health insurance. Yeah. And the main reason being is like they hired a former Konami employee. Just bullshit of the highest degree.
That is really bullshit. But you know, honestly, I feel like every single country has some sort of like sketchiness like that going on. Like the Catholic Church completely owns the whole entire country of Italy.
Yeah, pretty much. Even though they basically tried to establish themselves as a separate country, they pretty much own Italy.
Yeah, they own Italy. Like it's completely and totally obvious. And I feel like the Italians even see it too, 100%. And that's like the only example I could think of off the top of my head. But I honestly believe that other countries have some sort of like deeper organization in the background, slowly just like capitalizing on the government and capitalizing on the country.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what it could be here in America, in the United States.
The whole Konami story is just ridiculous. And at this point, I think fellow gamers are just like, if you're gonna get out of the industry, just spare us the pain and let us kind of mourn the loss of a great titan.
Yeah.
There. And also, we're all gonna be buying Death Stranding. We're gonna be thinking of you, Konami. We're all gonna be thinking of you.
I want to. Speaking of Death Stranding, I really want to know more about this game because we've seen some really cool like teaser cinematics, but ultimately, I literally have no idea what the game is about. Still.
Oh, welcome to Hideo Kojima games. You won't know what the story's about until right before it comes out, maybe. Like, you'll get some major story hints, but I can guarantee you he ain't telling us at E3 what it's about.
Well, are we gonna see, like, gameplay at an E3?
I'm hoping so. There's actually talk that he might show up at E3 2018 with more stuff, but the other thing that people haven't necessarily accounted for is that he does actually have quiet periods where he doesn't want to reveal anything.
Okay.
And I think we actually had reveals last year, so we might be coming up on a quiet period from Hideo.
I mean, if that's his MO, then fair enough.
And it's not like he hasn't earned the cred. I mean, seriously, whether you're a Metal Gear fan or not, he's given. Oh, cool, yellow.
Oh my gosh! Thank you. Time to fight.
Hi, Plant Dragon.
I was about to say, time to fight this bitch.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna go ahead and just spend this now because I'm already having to worry about health. And this one's gonna have another issue with that. Anyway, so moving on into the other stories that we had. I guess the other one that people want your opinion on is because it makes all of the panel have a meltdown. So the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is happening, and it's going to be happening November 2019.
Yeah, I saw that. Remind me what studio is producing it again?
It's Paramount.
Okay.
And what's interesting is that the director of the recent Deadpool movie is actually producing it.
Oh, okay. That's different.
Yeah, there's a lot to it that kind of scream, holy crap, there's like a pretty good team here, but we don't know what on earth you're going to do with this idea. And on top of that, now we actually have to consider this aspect of it. Illumination is making a Mario movie.
Yeah. We were talking about that last week, in fact.
Yeah. How does this affect things? We're actually going to be getting legit Mario and Sonic movies next year. Oh, by the way, we're smoking style. Holy crap.
Look at you, Adam. Is there anything higher than smoking style, or did you?
Stylish.
Okay.
The biggest one is stylish, I think.
Kudos to you, dude. Nice job getting smoking stylish. Well, I mean, I'm gonna go back to what I was saying about the Mario movie conversation last week.
Yeah.
I am not gonna rule anything out. I like Paramount Pictures films, and I will have a better idea of what kind of product I may or may not pay to go see when I see a trailer.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you can do at this point, is we need to see a trailer before we can get excited.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna sit back and relax and not worry about it too much. Very much like how we're taking the approach for Mario.
I will say, contrary to a lot of popular opinion that people think they know how I work, I'm a little bit more optimistic this day and age for those movies happening. And the only reason being is that we did have the Ratchet and Clank movie a couple of years ago. And despite what people might think, I don't think it was bad.
I loved the Ratchet and Clank movie.
That movie made me a Ratchet and Clank fan. So
I was already a fan before the movie came out. In fact, that's actually a game that I have yet to finish. The
remake?
The one they made for PS4.
Oh, it's good.
I want to maybe I'll let's play it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let's play it because that game actually is really easy to get like all the objectives done and like
that movie actually spurred like me and Alex's fans on Drak and Shadow to get us to play like classic PlayStation icons kind of thing. So like I was already showing him Jak and Daxter, but now like that was when we got tons of requests for like, holy crap, you guys have never played Spyro the Dragon? Please play Spyro the Dragon.
They are making a remaster.
Yep. They are making it, and
which I'm so excited for.
Slated, I think right now it's slated for later this year, but there is speculation it might be 2019.
I would be okay with waiting until 2019, to be honest.
Yeah.
I hope they do the first 3 games, kind of like what they did with Crash Bandicoot, because I love.
That's what it is.
Oh yes.
That's what it is. They've already said that this is going to be in the same vein as the Insane trilogy.
Okay,
so.
Because I loved Year of the Dragon.
The thing that just blows my mind on the matter is that, like this is exactly what people have asked us. I love the fact that like diehard Spyro fans say that you have to go to Year of the Dragon, you don't go any further. Like the PS2 games are not worth it. The DS games aren't worth it.
Oh, I never played anything beyond Year of the Dragon.
And I'm just like, okay, so you're a diehard Spyro fan, but don't play anything past PlayStation? That's weird. Okay.